The Standard Porta-Jib was our original design and remains one of our most popular. Its robust, maintenance-free construction has made it a workhorse of the industry for over 20 years. With a 100-pound payload capacity, it can handle any camera from the lightest to the heaviest. And unlike other jibs, it has an interchangeable front so that it can accommodate all the professional fluid heads on the market. It can have a 100mm cup as pictured here with a small fluid head supporting a light DV camera, or it can have a 150mm cup for larger heads with much heavier cameras. Or a third choice is the flat Mitchell plate, which as pictured here is inverted for use with a large underslung head and a full-sized camera. To support the jib, we make 5 different bases to interface to various support choices. To interface with other manufacturers' tripods and dollies, there is a choice of a Mitchell or a 150mm base. For our lightweight tripod and our DV column, there is the LW base and the DV base, and for both, there is our 3-way leveler. With the 3-way leveler, you can dial in a level correction without using the tripod legs. Even with a heavy load bearing down, it is easy to turn the adjusting disc until the bubble is centered and then just lock it down. Another unique feature is the vector balancing bar, which helps one come into a stop without a small bobble or bounce at the end of the shot. It makes the jib stop anywhere in the boom range instead of it seeking its original balance point. For more on this, see our vector bar video. So now let's look at some behind the scenes footage and camera POV footage of a dance video being shot with a red camera on a cartoni spin head on our standard Porta-Jib. Often people associate jib arms with huge sweeping down from the sky shots, when in fact the majority of shots using a jib are small subtle moves that rarely call attention to themselves. To obtain these kinds of shots, it's much easier to do compound moves when operating from the front of the jib as opposed to operating from the rear. You already know how to pan and tilt the fluid head, so the learning curve is just in becoming acquainted with controlling the lateral sweep and vertical boom of the arm. However, when working from the back, one generally also has to become adept at controlling the pan, tilt, and speed changes of the remote head with joysticks, a skill which has a much more daunting learning curve. One of the advantages of using an underslung head is that one can move freely underneath the arm in a way that is not possible when using a more traditional configuration with a camera and head mounted above the front tongue of the jib. Even though there is a considerable amount of weight being supported here, you can see that when the head is perfectly balanced on a jib that is perfectly balanced, the camera will just float effortlessly through the air. Most directors want to use camera movement to enhance their project, but the trick is in doing it with precision and control. Using a Porta-Jib can do more than just raise the camera. It can raise the level of your entire production. If you're looking for a front-operated jib that will bring artistry to your work, the Standard Porta-Jib is the jib to choose to make any size camera move smooth.